Rise and shine, McAllister. Hello and welcome to Harbor Mountain Coffee House at 224 South 3rd Street in McAllister. Come have a cup of joe with us and enjoy the show. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture, Dowdery Pharmacy, Reagan Auto, and Dobson FIBER, live on KNED 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, as well as video streaming on YouTube. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green. This weekend, the Buffaloes are roaming out of Oklahoma and into the Bayou State as they take on the Scotlandville Hornets in this Battle of the Border. Make the trip and have a great Labor Day weekend in Louisiana. Today is the final day that you can purchase a ticket from a band, cheer, or PAW member to help cover their way down to Shreveport for this awesome event. If you are absolutely unable to make it, we have a broadcasting change due to the Oklahoma Sooners season opener. You can listen to the game now on K101.3 for this weekend only, the KMCO app, or online at McAllisterRadio.com, same as KND there. Now, with all that said, let's welcome the head coach of the McAllister Buffaloes, Forrest Mazey.
Glad to be here again. On to the next week.
Yes, sir. And before we talk about the matchup this Saturday, it's been nearly a week since the 34-24 win over Broken Bow. We'll start the show like we do every week. What are some things you liked, some things you didn't like about last Friday?
I don't know how much I liked, but I mean the win. I think we played well at times and we played poor at times, and it was just a hodgepodge. You know, it's I think it's definitely, and for some reason Broken Bow does that with us. We find a way to mess up too much. We find a way to not execute at the highest level we can. And opening game also, you know, so you try to get that out of your system. And if you can get out of the opening game with a win, then I guess you've done your job. You know, the kids felt down after the game, even though it's a win. They felt like they should have executed better. The coaches felt like we should have coached better. Like I said, I felt like I maybe illy prepared them for the moment. And I said I would not let that happen again. I think there was chaos from pregame to the end of the game. You know, I think we hit coast mode at some point when we jump up 14, boom, boom, boom. And then we get the interception. Got a chance to make it 20, I believe, 20-21 to nothing. And we put it in coast mode, and then before long we hit panic mode. And when you do that, it's like quicksand. It just keeps sucking you back in. And you keep making mistakes. You're trying to do too much instead of just what you're supposed to do. And but I think we got that get them bugs out of our system. There's multiple times we could have broke 18, 20-yard runs on the regular. We just weren't coming off our double team blocks up front, because we had 5 for 5 on the blocking schemes, and when you don't do that, you don't get the 15 yards. And I think we did it 2 or 3 times all night, and that's the 3 runs we had. 15, 18, and 16 yards.
I think I even mentioned that in the postgame show. I was remembering how it almost reminded me exactly of the game from 2 years ago when it was a 21-13 win for the Buffs.
Yep, 21. And clearly we were the better team without hesitation or anything, any thought process there. But they played hard and they gave themselves opportunities, and we had to survive and get out and on to the next and try to fix our mistakes.
So it was the first time seeing Les Now and Stone behind center with the record on the line this year. What did you think of the way they played against Broken Bow?
Good at times, and feel like it was their first time at times. So that's just that's indication is that's what happens when you got first-time starters at quarterback. That's just reality. You're going to have some mistakes. You're going to have some kids that just got to get comfortable in the system, comfortable in their role, and comfortable with what we do. And once all that happens, it won't be any issue. I think they'll be just fine. They're good athletes, smart kids, and I think they'll do everything they need to do to get better.
A lot of guys that were big impact guys last Friday were new faces to the program. You had Stone was the leading rusher. You had, of course, Blaze Ball with we have him here with the touchdown return for a kickoff. And we also had Chaz with the 2 interceptions. So you mentioned it last week, but what does that say about the new additions and how they've bought into the Buff mentality?
Just understanding what we're about here. We're about working hard, preparing hard, and playing hard. And try to find that success with every snap that we can find success with. And they did a good job. That's just one of the things that we expect. As we expect our playmakers to make plays, and they did a great job making plays, and I'm proud of them.
One of the cool stories about last Friday was Jackson Lowerman. He made a lot of tough, clutch plays from the receiver spot, had the 2 touchdowns receiving-wise. After having to watch from the sidelines last year, how cool of a moment was that to see him
really
perform like that?
Really nice. It's a great moment for him to get back. He really get his feet wet. I'd say he took the plunge, if you will, instead of just getting his feet wet. He jumped up right in head first. But I've watched Jackson. I think he's got a very good talent. I think he would be even ahead of where he is now had he not broke his hand and finger in the early goings last year, because he would have been an immediate backup then and got a lot of reps because of the games we were in.
He was even in the Broken Bow game last year for a little bit.
Right, and you got to think if you have that experience from last year, how much even more seasoned he would be now with the talent he has already. So it's just we just got to keep compounding on what we did well, erase what we did good, erase what we did bad, fix what we did bad, and compound on what we did good, and really move into this week.
So who was the lineman of the week for you guys?
Our lineman of the week was Zach Rogers. I think he had the most pancakes. That's kind of how our award goes. He had I can't remember how many. You remember how many he had? I think he had 7 pancakes. He had
he's eating breakfast. He's not eating dinner.
Yeah, the poor guy that was on him was the runt of the litter. So he kind of had his way with him. Our scout team player of the week was Drayton Pouncil. Offensive player of the week was obviously Jackson Lowerman. And our defense, we had a couple defensive player of the weeks, I believe. We had Turnover King and, all that stuff. So we have multiple, different players of the week in different areas.
Gotcha. All right, we'll sneak aside for our first time out. This is Coffee with the Coach inside of Harbor Mountain Coffee House. We'll be back with some senior interviews here in just a moment.
Since 1936, Dobson FIBER believes in delivering the latest technology to the communities it serves. That's why we continue to invest in our own all-fiber network to bring your business the fastest internet speeds available. You won't believe the speed and reliability that only fiber can provide. Plus, you work with local people who know your business with 24/7 technical support. Think Dobson FIBER for all your business internet and phone needs. Dobson FIBER, fast, reliable, local.
Reagan Auto in McAllister is now offering a winterized special, which consists of a coolant flush starting at $129.99 with a free battery check. Purchase a set of tires and ask about their complimentary alignment check and road hazard options. Stop by Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte Avenue in McAllister or call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
Dougherty Pharmacy at 622 East Wyandotte, formerly known as the Medicine Shop, offers free delivery in the McAllister area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we are a compounding pharmacy as well. With all that, Dougherty Pharmacy also has fast, friendly service. We make it easy to fill your prescriptions. Drive up, come in, or let us deliver to you in the McAllister area. That's Dougherty Pharmacy, 622 East Wyandotte, McAllister. Dougherty Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Buffalo football.
Tannehill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAllister Buffaloes. For over 30 years, Tannehill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs. Offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses, stop by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAllister. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Harbor Mountain Coffee House has your coffee and tea needs covered. They offer a variety of espressos, frappuccinos, and drip coffee, as well as smoothies, chai teas, and an assortment of breakfast sandwiches and pastries. There's wireless internet too. Harbor Mountain Coffee House, 3rd and Wyandotte, McAllister. Open 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Saturdays. Or visit us 7 days a week at Harbor Mountain To Go in Tandytown, or at our newest location at 418 B South Georgia Line Expressway, which is open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. weekdays and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. There's your Buffalo drive of the game from last week's 34-24 win over the Broken Bow Savages, answering back from a Broken Bow touchdown that made it a one-score game. It was 11 plays long, covering 65 yards in the span of 3 minutes and 25 seconds. That included overcoming a 1st and 26. It was capped off by that 10-yard touchdown run by junior quarterback Caden Lesnow. Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach inside of Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAllister. This year's show brought to you by Reagan Auto, Dobson FIBER, Dowdery Pharmacy, and Tannehill Furniture. We now welcome to the show a couple of Buffalo seniors. We got Reed Markham and Blaze Ball. Welcome to the show, guys. All right, so we'll start off with an icebreaker. We always start off the show like this with the player interviews. We just entered September, first day of it, but let's reminisce on June and July for a minute. If you had to pick a perfect summer vacation destination, where would you go?
The beach.
Blaze says the beach. Any specific destination, like any beach, doesn't matter? Lake Eufaula, does that count?
I like Destin.
Destin's a good place, too. I've been by there, never gone to Destin. Reed?
Definitely like the Rocky Mountains in Colorado.
It's a good spot, too. So 2 polar opposites right there. No pun intended, I guess, with cold. Whatever. Hey, we'll start off with a couple questions for Reed. First off, hate to see the injury. We're sorry about that, and we're praying for a healthy and speedy recovery. We can only imagine the kind of hard work that you put into the program to be able to become the right tackle starter. But tell me about the experience you've had in this program and now helping lead it as a senior.
Definitely as a freshman up and coming and having the seniors kind of push you along and help you develop into a player. And going on from this, because I didn't immediately start. I took my senior year. And coming from a scout team player up to the starting right tackle, helping to make yourself better and the entire team around you for 4 years, it's a different experience all around.
Cool, and you've not only put in work in this program, but around the community as well. For people that don't know, what are some of the things that you do around the community? For example, like the backpack giveaway.
I run a backpack giveaway, a toy drive, and a silent auction around February.
How'd you get started off with all that stuff? What gave you the idea?
For the silent auction?
Well, just for, like, to be able to know that you want to kind of give back the way that you do, because, like, some people, I just was trying to get through high school. That's all I was trying to do.
Most of it just occurred like through school, like seeing fellow classmates that didn't have enough like school supplies, or wanting to put another toy under someone's tree, and then helping to raise money for pediatric cancer. Gotcha.
All right. Well, now I have a couple of questions for Blaze here. You transferred from Tallahassee to McAllister, right? For it to be going from Tallahassee to McAllister, I know there's a transition for the McAllister football program itself, but also going from a smaller school to a bigger school like McAllister. How was that transition for you?
It was pretty smooth. I figured out everything pretty quick.
Yeah. So for a first game as a Buffalo, though, to be able to have a moment like you did last Friday for a 92-yard touchdown return, take us kind of through your thought process as you were making your way down the near sideline and when you got back to the sidelines.
When that dude pushed me in the back and I almost fell down, I thought I was going to get caught any second. I feel like I was running so slow. I was like, he's going to hawk me any second.
So when you stayed up on your feet, got into the end zone, kind of what was the mood when you got back over to your teammates on the sideline?
Oh, I was really tired, first of all, and I was real excited, too.
So people are hype, and you're just like, get off me, let me get a breather?
Yeah.
Now getting into the football program, though, like, what are some things that you've how quickly was it to be able to get, accustomed to your new teammates to be able to enter the new program?
After I was, at workouts for, 2 weeks, and I was, friends with, Kaysen and, a few others. But Kaysen was really the first one to be my friend, and then I started getting everybody else, getting the names and stuff.
Awesome.
I just learned all the coaches' names, last week. I didn't tell anybody that.
Yeah, he just learned your name last week, probably. So what do y'all, this is for both of you guys, what do y'all think of the experience to travel out of state for a football game, especially in a stadium like Independence Stadium? We'll start, whichever one of y'all wants to start.
It's
We'll start
cool.
with Blaze.
It's not many people get to do that, so it's pretty cool.
Reed?
Once in a lifetime experience, definitely. Especially for people that aren't going to go play college ball. This is an experience you're only going to get to have once.
Right, I agree. And here's your final question, always a fun one too. Out of everyone on the team or staff, who would win in a dance-off? If you had to pick. I was going to do arm wrestling contest, but everyone does that, so we're going to do dance-off.
Jackson Lauerman.
Jackson Lauerman.
Malachi Rice.
So now you guys got to get them two together and have an actual dance-off.
I know what to do.
All right, guys, thank you for coming by on the show, and good luck against Scotlandville.
Thank you.
All right, those are Buffalo seniors Blaze Baugh and Reed Markham. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Coach. Don't go anywhere. We'll speak on the Hornets next. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNED.
Since 1936, Dobson FIBER believes in delivering the latest technology to the communities it serves. That's why we continue to invest in our own all-fiber network to bring your business the fastest internet speeds available. You won't believe the speed and reliability that only fiber can provide. Plus, you work with local people who know your business with 24/7 technical support. Think Dobson FIBER for all your business internet and phone needs. Dobson FIBER, fast, reliable, local.
Reagan Auto in McAllister is now offering a winterized special, which consists of a coolant flush starting at $129.99 with a free battery check. Purchase a set of tires and ask about their complimentary alignment check and road hazard options. Stop by Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte Avenue in McAllister or call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
Dougherty Pharmacy at 622 East Wyandotte, formerly known as the Medicine Shop, offers free delivery in the McAllister area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we are a compounding pharmacy as well. With all that, Dougherty Pharmacy also has fast, friendly service. We make it easy to fill your prescriptions. Drive up, come in, or let us deliver to you in the McAllister area. That's Dougherty Pharmacy, 622 East Wyandotte, McAllister. Dougherty Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Buffalo football.
Tannehill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAllister Buffaloes. For over 30 years, Tannehill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs. Offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses, stop by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAllister. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Harbor Mountain Coffee House has your coffee and tea needs covered. They offer a variety of espressos, frappuccinos, and drip coffee, as well as smoothies, chai teas, and an assortment of breakfast sandwiches and pastries. There's wireless internet too. Harbor Mountain Coffee House, 3rd and Wyandotte, McAllister. Open 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Saturdays. Or visit us 7 days a week at Harbor Mountain To Go in Tandytown, or at our newest location at 418B South Georgia Knight Expressway, which is open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. weekdays and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture, Reagan Auto, Dougherty Pharmacy, and Dobson FIBER. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, at Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAllister. Live alongside McAllister Buffalo head coach Forrest Mazey. Saturday morning, it's the Battle on the Border at Independence Stadium in Shreveport, Louisiana, that has a capacity of 65,000. This event has been going on since 2011, features some of the top high school programs in the southern region and country. Coach Mazey, it's time for Guess That Play.
All right, let's get it.
Okay, since obviously we never played Scotlandville, Louisiana before, or any team out of the state, I think, before in football history, we go back to last year's Week 1 game against Sallisaw.
Okay.
So the Buffaloes lead 29-0, 7:02 left to go in the third quarter. I said it was going to be getting harder. I mean, you guys scored a lot of touchdowns in that game. Buffs have the ball on the Sallisaw 48-yard line. You guys are driving north, so towards the locker room, right hash. Again, driving towards the north end zone, it's 2nd down and 8. Ball on the Sallisaw 48-yard line, right hash.
So our home hash?
Yes.
I want to say we may throw a screen. Oh.
I got to be completely honest with you. I had to look up every single touchdown that y'all scored because I forgot, except for the first one.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
The very first one was that deep pass to, I want to say, either Killian or...
It was to Killian. It was a screen pass. Oh, man, this one's going to be tough. Actually, I think I ran, I think it was to Leighton Bass up the middle for a touchdown. I think he was wide open. I think we hit him late. Leighton Bass. It was a touchdown to Leighton Bass.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
All right, for those on YouTube, let's go ahead and let's play the clip.
Let's see.
Right there, 48-yard line. Little pass over the middle. He got it. Not bad, Coach. 2 for 2 to start off the year. There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So, Coach, looking now on to this year's Week 1. You've been mentioning preparation. How's practice been this week?
You know, more focused, obviously. With some new wrinkles we put in, it hasn't been, obviously the execution hasn't been just like superior because you're putting in some new things and seeing a different schematic. But I think the attention and the detailed thought process has been there. It's just whether or not we can take it all, roll it into one on Saturday morning. Obviously, it's a different time. Saturday at 11 in comparison to a Friday at 7 p.m. So the time change will be a little different as far as the timing of the game, the traveling, the out of the ordinary routine. So we'll see if we can, stay the course and play a good game of football.
Now, you guys had some banged up guys last week.
Right.
Obviously, Reed out with the ACL
Yes.
injury, and wishing him the absolute best as he recovers. But how are the rest of the guys feeling as the week has gone on?
Overall, that's the biggest injury for us right now, right tackle with Reed and that ACL injury. We'd love to get him back and don't know if it'll happen. But he's going to talk to his PT guy and see if, being a lineman, if it's something that after all the swelling goes down and maybe he can brace up and get some senior year back. Yeah, I think if he can, he will, because his toughness obviously is unmatched. Because honestly, the way he went down, we really all thought it was minor. Because usually you tear an ACL, you're down. And so that was very, very surprising when we got that news, to say the least. Eli Chapman's got a broken wrist. But he's able to cast up and play. He just won't be able to play much offense, obviously. Everybody else is just bumps and bruises, and just got to, the bumps and bruises, it comes with the game. You got to be tough in that aspect. And like I said, sometimes it's fortunate, sometimes it's unfortunate, and you got to roll with the punches in this game of football, just much like the game of life.
Mm-hmm. Main priority is the game Saturday morning, though. But
Yes.
do you guys have anything planned for this weekend? Going to catch any more Battle of the Border games?
Yeah, we're going to go to the game the night before, keep the kids busy. I think it's Denton Ryan and Bryant, really big, marquee matchup there for those two states, Texas and Arkansas. I think Arkansas is the best 7A and one of the premier 6As in Texas. So I think that'll be a really good football game, the night before us, to open up the Battle of the Border games. We're playing for, a big trophy. Obviously, state's bragging rights, a big trophy. That each game gets a big old. There's a huge silver ball, which I hate to say silver ball, but there's another one we can go get.
Well, maybe we can get both this year.
Yeah, I'd like to have silver and gold. That wouldn't be bad. It gives the kids something to play for, a little more incentive. Not on top of you, but you represent your state. I told them yesterday that anytime Oklahoma teams have gone out of state, it seems like that we fare pretty well. Even when we go to Texas, when BA and Jinx and those teams go to Texas, It seems like when teams go down there or go across the state lines, even to Arkansas, we fare pretty well. I've always thought Oklahoma has good football. I've been to, I've coached in Texas, coached in Kansas. I think Oklahoma has good coaches. I think Oklahoma has good players. I don't think Oklahoma gets the credit it deserves when it comes to high school football, simply because of our land mass and our per capita.
Yeah, kind of being landlocked with Texas, sometimes we're kind of overlooked in that aspect.
Without question, I feel like we're overlooked a lot. And if you probably go back and look at the overall series with Oklahoma high school teams and Texas high school teams, I think you would probably be pretty surprised. I don't think it's staggering like people think.
Now, looking at Scotlandville, what do you think about the Hornets?
Man, they're to me what they remind me of. They're a magnet school out of Baton Rouge, and like you said, I think how many state championships they play for in basketball straight?
They have played for 13 straight basketball state championship games, not tournaments, games.
Games, and you look at their record last year at 5-5, and that's very, very average for them. And that's probably, they're breaking in a new coach. They fired the guy for going 5-5. They expect success down there. I think traditionally, usually they're an 8 to 11 win team on the average. Once I go back and start looking at a little bit of their history, they'll have a down year at 5-5. But if you look at their success rate, it's very, very high. It's a magnet school in Baton Rouge, so I think they get the better of the kids like Tulsa, Washington, very similar to me, what I would think Booker T was in their prime. Very, very athletic, very fast. But I feel like we're athletic too. We're just doing it a different way. We kind of ground and pound you a little bit and soften you up and try to do it that way. And if we can do that, we'll be okay.
All right, kickoff at 11 on Saturday morning on K101.3, KMCO app, and also at McAllisterRadio.com. Pre-game show will begin shortly before 10:30, so make sure you tune in early if you can't make it to the game. We're going to take a break. Coming up next from Harbor Mountain Coffee House, our final segment where we look at some of your questions. Don't go anywhere. You're on KNED.
Since 1936, Dobson FIBER believes in delivering the latest technology to the communities it serves. That's why we continue to invest in our own all-fiber network to bring your business the fastest internet speeds available. You won't believe the speed and reliability that only fiber can provide. Plus, you work with local people who know your business with 24/7 technical support. Think Dobson FIBER for all your business internet and phone needs. Dobson FIBER, fast, reliable, local.
Reagan Auto in McAllister is now offering a winterized special, which consists of a coolant flush starting at $129.99 with a free battery check. Purchase a set of tires and ask about their complimentary alignment check and road hazard options. Stop by Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte Avenue in McAllister or call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
Dougherty Pharmacy at 622 East Wyandotte, formerly known as the Medicine Shop, offers free delivery in the McAllister area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we are a compounding pharmacy as well. With all that, Dougherty Pharmacy also has fast, friendly service. We make it easy to fill your prescriptions. Drive up, come in, or let us deliver to you in the McAllister area. That's Dougherty Pharmacy, 622 East Wyandotte, McAllister. Dougherty Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Buffalo football.
Tannehill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAllister Buffaloes. For over 30 years, Tannehill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs. Offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses, stop by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAllister. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture, Dougherty Pharmacy, Dobson FIBER, and Reagan Auto here from Harper Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAllister. We got a full slate for our broadcast schedule this week. We have tonight Central Michigan Chippewas taking on the Oklahoma State Cowboys on your home for Cowboy football, Rock 105.1. Kickoff will be at 6, pregame at 4. McAllister up next on Saturday in Shreveport, Louisiana against Scotlandville. Pregame about 10:25, kickoff set for 11 on K101. 2 games at 2:30. You got the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. They're going to be going up to Wyoming to play the Cowboys on KTMC 1400 and 96.7 FM. And then the Oklahoma Sooners hosting the UTEP Miners at the Palace on the Prairie in Brent Venables' first game as the OU head coach. Pregame for that begins at 12:30. Now for our final segment, we'll read off some of your fan questions. Coach, let's get started with this one. Trent asks, and I think you know who Trent is, can we expect any I'm a man, I'm 40 speeches from you this season?
Hopefully not. So I got a pretty good media team, so I don't think any of the media team will throw my guys under the bus like that. So overall, I think it'd be none of that.
You being an OSU fan, I'm sure that you know not to.
I have a story I'll tell you.
There you go. Hey, Kyle asks, we heard some Metallica on third downs last Friday. How did that come about, and what did you think of it in use?
That's a Coach Harmon deal. He likes Metallica. He likes a little rock and roll, and we started doing that in practice on third down. We did it at Bishop McGinnis 2 years ago in the semifinals of when we can take the music on the road. If you got an MC that can do it, it makes it really nice because the defense knows it's time to get off the field. Some of those kids don't look at that down marker, so it kind of tells them, it gives them a precursor that it is a third down, time to get off the field time.
Pretty cool environment, too, and you can have that over at home over the speakers, too.
Oh, yeah, I like that stuff.
Philip asks, being a product of the 90s, DX or NWO?
Ooh. Well, it would have definitely been NWO if I'd have been a wrestling guy. I mean, honestly, just how it was.
There you go. He also has a football question. Does an 11 a.m. kickoff, and you kind of mentioned this during the previous break, does an 11 a.m. kickoff on a Saturday change any preparation for game day?
Not really. You're just doing it a little later than you normally would. Not that much later, really. I mean, I think I got home after watching film. I think I was done by 5 a.m. after Friday's game. So after a game, I don't sleep much anyway. So
guys, if you want to be a coach, you got to know that it comes with that.
Yeah, it's just one of them things. You come over everything and you try to find answers for answers and answers and answers. You can go down rabbit holes, man.
And our last one, Jeff asks in honor of, and we have more that we're going to have next week. So if you didn't get your question asked, we will get it in next week. Jeff asks, in honor of playing at Independence Stadium, what is the vibe like when you walk into a bigger stadium like you did with Chad Richardson?
Man, it's for the kids. I think it's just seeing the size of the stadium. You're just like, wow, this is special, and it just depends on how full it is too. So
it's true.
Game time, like I said, I hope they bring a crowd. I think if somebody said that we've sold quite a few tickets so far, I think there's going to be a decent amount of people there. Our band will be there, cheer, palm, us. We bring a lot in itself. So I just think it'll be a cool experience as far as the stadium's concerned, knowing the history of that stadium, which most of these kids don't even know what they're going into. They may think we're playing at a high school stadium. They have no clue. They don't even know what the Independence Stadium is.
Still hosts college bowls.
The kids really don't watch football like I did as a kid. So I said, we're playing at the Independence Bowl. They're like, oh, yeah. I said, who plays there? High school? Which high school? And so maybe they'll see it the night before and they go, oh, my, we get to play here. That'll be sweet.
Right.
I think it's cool. It's cool for me, and I'm the coach, so I can imagine it'll be cool for them.
Cool for us, and we're the media, so that's pretty neat for us, too.
It's a cool experience. I want to get out of there with a good experience. We're not, we say it's a great experience, great for memories, but really the memory I want them to leave with is competing well and trying to win. Because in the day, you can't go get your head wrong and have a good experience. So we want to make sure that we take care of us and take care of our teammates and make sure we come out there, and give everything we got for a victory if we can, get that done.
All right, Coach, is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
If you can make the trip, I suggest go down. You go down tonight, get some gambling in there at the Horseshoe. And
plenty of casinos out there, right?
There's plenty of things to do. Go get some good Cajun food, some gumbo, some crawfish, whatever it may be, to make it a weekend with your family. Obviously, it goes a little more extended weekend. So if you don't have a lot of plans around here, I would definitely consider going down there, watching us play a good football game, and then taking the weekend to yourselves and having a good weekend.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck against Scotlandville.
Thanks, man.
All right, this has been Brandon Green with head coach Forrest Mazey. Everyone be safe driving this weekend. And until next week, same time, same place from Harbor Mountain Coffee House for POTAC edition of Coffee with the Coach on 3rd Street, McAllister. Don't just have a great day. Have a Buffalo day, everybody.